I need my captain decision in real life.
So
Actually, there was a time that before we go to blacklist, there was a time that one team is looking to buy out Wise without me, and I was like, "Yo, no, you go for it. I think you can do it," because I actually believe that Wise can still play, and I think he is really a good player even without me.
Yes. I remember that because after our loss in season 6 and then Onyx PH kicked us,
they kicked you guys? Was it really kick?
Yeah, I think so.
When Onyx removed us, we don't really have a choice. There was no one in MPLPH that wants us to.
Yeah.
So it's just either OHMYV33NUS or Wise. So only one team decided to get us both, which is Blacklist International. So I'm very thankful for Blacklist because they get us both and they ang tawag doon? Nagtiwala. They trusted us. Blacklist International trusted us.
Looks like Blacklist, everything paid off.
Yeah.
Are you able to tell us what was the team that wanted to buy you out? Like the one that only just wanted Wise?
It was Signal Ultra.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in season
7.
Yeah, season 7.
Incoming season 7.
Signal Ultra became a TNC, was it? Or
I'm not really sure.
I think Signal Ultra disbanded after season 7.
Okay. And then okay, that's cool. Actually, so Blacklist was the person who approached you guys, was it Born?
It's actually the CEO of Blacklist, which is Strike.
Boss
Strike.
So he approached you guys directly.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's very interesting for a CEO to approach a player straight right away. That shows a lot of respect because I think for CEOs, most of them are more into the business aspect. They wouldn't really go and try to understand the players hands on, But I mean, respect, man, to Strike who did that.
Yeah, actually, Bosrek is a gamer before. He was a shoutcaster in Dota. Yeah. So he really understands. Actually, he really helped us a lot during M3. Yeah, strat wise, he really gave a lot of useful opinions, useful strategies, even on MPL season 7 and season 8. Yeah, that is our CEO.
So CEO is part-time, right? Full-time CEO, part-time coach here.
You can say that.
That's interesting. I think our CEO has to step up. If not, probably have to find a new CEO. Cool. I've never heard of a CEO who helped with strats. That's really interesting.
Yeah, very unique.
You'll be surprised if Boss Strike actually talk to you.
Maybe Bosrek can play in professional scene. What do you think?
How old is he?
I'm not really sure. I'm not sure of the age.
I think it's too old, man. Age matters. When you're almost 30, you got to think of building a family and all. How are you gonna commit, man?
Yeah, that's actually true.
What's your take on that? Do you think you guys could still be pro players? When you're 30 and above, do you think you are still able to maintain at the same level or improve?
How old was Donkey when he won M1?
Donkey was, I think it was 31.
Yeah, 31. Yeah, I actually saw that fun fact.
He was actually my inspiration when OHMYV33NUS is saying, I'm already old. And then I will say, oh, why Donkey? Donkey is world champion when he was at age
Yeah.
Because I remember playing M1, Donkey is I want to kick Donkey because he's shouting, Lunox, Lunox, Lunox! Push on to purify! Lunox to purify! Yeah,
I remember that.
Donkey is, I think, he is a joyous person and is a shot caller in the game because
Yeah.
I really remember that time when we faced EBOS in group stage and
I
then
remember that.
it's like face to face and I remember Donkey is always kicking me in using his chew.
Yeah, Chumis.
Um,
Actually, M1 was our first international tournament, and our first international opponent was actually Evo. So it was our first time experiencing facing against Indonesia. So we were shocked at how they playing offline, like with all the shouts, like with all the hype. It was really new to us. So we were shocked during M1 that, it's a very good experience.
I cannot forget this because I was using Harit, which is my favorite hero when I was mage user, and then my hands were literally shaking. Then my hands were shaking because I got scared of Evos because they look so strong and so they just look so strong in M1. So
we can say Donkey is our inspiration that doesn't matter.
yeah, because my Venus is always saying, I'm already old enough, I should retire.
No, I'm not saying that. I can still play. I'm confident.
How old are you both right now?
I'm 27.
This year?
No.
Yeah, 27 turning 28 this year.
We're the same then.
Oh.
For me, I am 21 years old.
How old are you, MTV?
27 also. Turning 28.
So we're all like 94 kids.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah. I mean, like, I think age is just age is relative, I think it really depends on the individual itself,
Yeah.
This is what I strongly believe because like, I feel that right now we're still in an age where esports is still new, and we're kind of like maybe the first coming to second generation of players, so that's why you don't really see many older players who still compete in esports.
Yeah.
But I think over time, you might even see like a 40-year-old esports pro player, but it really comes down to how much they want to commit and whether the industry or infrastructure can accept something like that. But I feel, age doesn't really affect skills that much. That's what I strongly believe, because you kind of can compensate it with experience, especially if you're playing like a support or roam position.
So I agree.
So for MTV, so like,
yes,
so we're talking about age, right? Do you think there's an age limit for our coaches? Perhaps you might be too old, coaching doesn't last long enough, or you might want to switch careers.
No, I think this is the second step after becoming a pro. Usually pro players become coaches, because being a coach is really just about how you think. It's not really about how good you play. So I think there's no limit or there's no age limit for being a coach, because we also see, especially in NBA, we see old coaches there. That's because they can still think and experience everything, diba? So that's why I think there's, even in ML, there's no limit on how old a coach can be.
But what do you think about, like, so I understand like Bon is married and has kids, correct?
Yeah.
Does he still stay in like the gaming house with you guys, or does he like go back?
He still stays here in the gaming house.
So I think the biggest struggle for coaches and players is that when they start to really have families, how do they split their time? Because most of the time players and coaches have to be in a gaming house.
I'm not really sure about that on how coach handles it, but
Yeah.
I think every day he is talking to his family, but
So-
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, but I think it's hard, like emotionally, not seeing your kid, your wife. Like I think it's very hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a hard thing to do, and I think like I feel like because, like I said, I think esports is still new, so like everyone expect us to live in a gaming house, you have to stay together and stuff. I think things might change, when we start moving into the next decade or so. Coaches, might go back and forth. Players might do it like it's an office job, but I think we have to see how it goes from there.
Yeah.